Klosterheim is heading toward an area marked as forbidden. It is cut off from the dominion of the machine spirit.
I'm on my way. I also need an explanation as to why anyone would tamper with the machine spirit in such an irregular way.
Although the chances are infinitesimal, complex machinery may be vulnerable to the corruption of chaos. For some reason, Uther Tiberius wanted to reduce even that small chance to zero.
I want to know more about that. Keep me updated.
Inquisitor, I have analyzed the records of my communion. The administrator prayers in the digital marginalia indicate that...
Inquisitor, I've just completed my diagnostic meditations and reviewed the data. We can safely rule out the infection as the cause of your hallucinations.
Then what is it?
My theory is that the visions might be residual memories leaking through a hasty mind scrub. They could have been triggered by certain phrases or events.
That's nonsense. Stop obsessing about my mental condition.
As you command, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, as per your request, I have scoured the classifying data looms on this deck. I think you ought to know that all research sanctums on this deck were assigned for demon host experiments for decades.
What? Tiberius is creating demon hosts?
The sheer number of subjects. Any progress, Inquisitor?
Looks like I'm closing in on Klosterheim. He may have an agenda, but at least he has color to build. I'm in the research cloister, Tech Priest.
Incorrect. You are only approaching the gate of the research cloister, currently under quarantine.
The most pedantic specialist I've ever had in my retinue.
Comment filed away for later evaluation. Proceed to the gate, Inquisitor.
I found the remains of a dead Tech Priest.
I suspect he is the one responsible for overriding the local systems. Search the body for additional information, Inquisitor.
Sigma 7 Omega 3 5 Alpha.
Interesting. The machine spirit is trying to communicate with us again. That is the emergency code for the lockdown protocols. The research cloister has been quarantined. You might not be able to leave if you enter.
I should return to my ship then and make preparations before I enter that area.
Obtained the quarantine logs, Inquisitor. The research cloister has been sealed off on account of demonic infestation. You won't be able to leave the facility until it is secure.
Trust me, it will be secured soon.
In effect. Subject 872K has breached containment protocols. Area in lockdown. infestation in effect. Subject 872K has breached containment protocols. Area in lockdown.
You really didn't remember anything, did you?
Something is coming back, but it's unclear. I underwent a mind scrub, but
So, that is what you did eventually. You sacrificed yourself. But not in the way that I'd expected.
who are you? Who am I?
You used to be my mentor. You were an Inquisitor in pursuit of the greatest secret of the Caligari sector. The research of Uther Tiberius.
I guess I didn't find it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing here.
You got close. And you got careless. You made questionable choices and attracted the attention of first the Conclave, then the Grey Knights.
And there is no escaping from the secret protectors of the Imperium. Only death absolves, right?
So that was your plan. You sacrificed your former self.
And I have returned as someone else.
You told me to take on your mantle, and I obeyed. Through pain and fire, I hunted relentlessly for the Martyr. I did what you told me. I fought, investigated, made pacts and broke them when I had to. And when the warp spat out Uther's floating fortress monastery, I was ready to find it.
And my path eventually led to the Martyr as well.
It cannot be a coincidence. Only the Emperor's will, because you found me now when I'm so very close to finding Uther's greatest secret.
We must talk about this, but first we purge this area. I'm ready for the sacrifice it takes, and should my plan succeed, we might meet again one day. Uther Tiberius wanted to create an army of former demon hosts. He sacrificed countless lives, sentenced them to damnation, only to make a handful of survivors immune to chaos. I think I know why the Martyr had to leave the Segmentum Pacificus. It's insane.
A whole army of loyal warriors immune to the warp, ready to conquer the Immaterium? Once you would have embraced the idea.
I am not the same person anymore.
I pray to the Emperor that you are. time to purge the unclean, Inquisitor. Side by side, like we used to.
Presence detected. Lockdown deactivated.
Good work. Tell me, Klosterheim, did you miss all this?
I refuse to burden myself with redundant thoughts and emotions. But I admit, it was a satisfactory experience to fight that battle together. The research cloister is connected to Uther's inner sanctum. That is where Uther secreted away his most treasured research. Are you ready to enter?
I need to return to my retinue first and make the necessary preparations.
I'm not going to your ship. Trust me. Where would I go? I will meet you here when you return. sanctum. This is the janitorium that powers the various dissection chapels and the laboratoriums in the sanctum. But we are close. I need to know something, Inquisitor. How did you find the Martyr? Were you looking for me?
I wasn't even aware of your existence, remember? I was sent here to investigate the source of an ancient inquisitorial distress signal.
It must have been the will of the Emperor, then. I am aware of that signal. It was activated by the rebels during the inner strife against Tiberius. It only transmits from time to time, in strange bursts.
Resembles a demonic mark fused with Xenos and Imperial symbols.
Uther called them Imperial Seals. He studied forbidden summoning rites and the arcane machines of a lost civilization, and combined them with sanctioned practices. The seals trap the essence of destroyed demons, so they can't get back to the war to reform.
Uther wanted to conceal the existence of his secret weapon, even from the minions of Chaos. I feel far too close to heresy.
What are you talking about? We must fight fire with fire. You taught me that.
And I am not the same person anymore.
You are the same. It is disturbing.
I used to be a monster, and now you have all the answers. That's disturbing.
If it's any consolation, you were right all along. Uther Tiberius had a secret that could have changed the fate of the Empire.
You've learned the nature of this secret, I assume.
Indeed. It's a weapon with immense...
I have found some very old human remains here. They belonged to the crew of the Martyr.
When Uther's followers turned against him, the monastery was consumed by war. It crippled the ship eventually.
Secret weapon.
I have only heard rumors. The real answer lies here. I know that it will save the Imperial man from the tides of chaos, and that Uther Tiberius risked excommunication from the Inquisition to create this weapon. Skills have become even more praiseworthy, Inquisitor.
Yearn salvation, annihilation.
You might have changed, but your perspective on the Eternal Crusade certainly hasn't. sanctum is cut off from the rest of the ship, making it a black site. Even the machine spirit doesn't have eyes or ears there.
How do we get through the stasis field?
I've seen similar security systems on the ship. The status field must be deactivated using 2 different terminals in different places at the same time.
Tiberius was indeed quite protective of his secrets.
Proceed to the first cogitator. It must be close. I'll find the other one. I've met some resistance. The Genitorium seems to be populated by a degenerate tribe.
I'm approaching the terminal to deactivate the stasis. Where are you?
I'm having some problems with the feral tribes, but I'm close.
I'm ready to deactivate the stasis field. Are you ready?
I'm under heavy fire, but I can access this terminal. Proceed.
The stasis field is down. Head back here.
I can't. The savages are bringing in some demonic reinforcements. I must retreat and find another way back. Proceed into the inner sanctum. I'll catch up with you.